we're battling back and forth in financial reform, and we've got some important parts that have been taken out already. And in almost every single instance, the White House has been in favor of less reform, not more reform, has been on the side of the banks, not on our side. There are some exceptions to that. They claim that they're still in favor of the Volcker rule. Well, that's good. They claim that they're still in favor of the Consumer Protection Agency. That's good. But on everything else, derivatives, splitting up the banks, etc., no, no, no. But one issue that they were theoretically clear on, and were on our side on, is whether shareholders can affect the pay of the CEO and the executives, and who gets to serve on the board. Now think about that. How can you possibly be against that? If you're a Republican or a Democrat, conservative or liberal, shouldn't the owners of the company, the shareholders, have something to say about CEO performance and board performance? Of course they should. They're the owners, right? So there was a part in the bill. This is good. It passed the Senate and the House. So there's no issue. There's no conflict on this, and there's no need for a controversy. Investors will have a proxy access to corporate decision-making process because of this bill. Great. Except it just got taken out. Now, wait a minute. If the House and the Senate both agree and they passed a strong version, why did it get taken out? Because the White House came in and said, no, 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 no. Valerie Jarrett, who works with the Business Roundtable, she's at the White House, but she's the liaison to the Business Roundtable, said, we don't like that in there. That might affect CEO pay. We like them being overpaid. We don't want the owners of the companies to have any say in who actually runs their companies and how much they get paid. We're going to have to take that out. Now, the Business Roundtable doesn't actually give a damn about business. Okay, you have to understand the different lobbyists for the different organizations. This organization isn't concerned about how well the companies do. This is a lobbyist group for the executives, for the CEOs. But they gather a lot of money from those folks, who've then gathered it from the people who should have gotten it, the owners of the companies, the shareholders. And they funnel it to the politicians, and then the politicians cover their ass. It's a perfect little system, except for you and I, right? So, I mean, when you see this, and they took it out. And they had Chris out in the Senate in a different provision that says, oh, sure, yeah, of course, we'd love to protect shareholders as long as they have 5% of the company at least. If you know anything about this, how the stock market works and how public corporations work, you know almost no one has 5% of a company. It's all broken up into much smaller parts. Like, for example, News Corp, there's only two people with more than 5% interest, Rupert Murdoch and Prince Alawid bin Talal, right? That's it. Now, but what does happen is there are giant pension funds that invest in all these companies. Now, they have a large stake, as up to 0.5%, which is an enormous amount of money for some of these corporations. And those people would get to have a say then in CEOs and executives' pay and whether they should be hired and what the board should do, right? And no, Obama's against. So the bottom line on this is very clear. That's it. Obama was a total and utter liar during the campaign. And I'm being really soft here. I want to say things that are much uglier. Okay, when he told you that he was going to bring you change, he was messing with you. Okay, he was playing you for a sucker. And he said, oh, I don't want it. I got the quote in my back pocket, literally. I took it out, I clipped it out, put it in my wallet. I show it to people whenever they want. Okay, he said during the campaign, I don't want to play the same old Washington games. I don't want to play them a little better. I want to change the game. Was that good? That was good, right? Rock and roll. Yeah, idiots. He gets into office? No. He wants to play the same old Washington games. Oh, I'm on your side. Those corporate CEOs, we're going to get them. Hey, Valerie, go ahead and take that out. Come on now. Those guys contribute to us. They're good guys. We have tea and crumpets together. We have a cocktail out party. Then that's how we get elected. This is nothing but a 100% wholesale sellout. Not only to corporate interests, it's actually not even in the interest of those corporations, but to the CEOs who are robbing the corporations blind, let alone the taxpayers blind, which Obama and Geithner also helped them to do. They're not on our side.